Let's try this.
Brinkman, this studio is looking better and better every day. It's perfect today, isn't it?
Scrib, another new guy?
Comrose open.
Dangle Sniper 7.
We got buttons going on over here.
Well, we got this creep here.
Live from the Justin Livestream Network studios, Scrib and Gibb.
Florida is great.
Oh, I imagine it's all we're going to hear from Darth Gibby. Florida is great. We already got a picture of him sitting down, relaxing. He looks like he's cold down there, though.
Well, at least this time he's wearing clothes. So let's just be happy with that, huh?
Yeah, that's good. But, you know.
Not as warm as Augie. Beep, beep.
Ooh. Well, you talk about Augustana. They didn't even make the playoffs. That's a big controversy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, what about the team that wins the conference has to go on the road the first week and lost, and
Mankato State
gets the home game and they win.
Yeah, I was talking to Bennett about it, and he kind of mentioned that. So whoever they played right away, they beat pretty easily Mankato State, and then they end up being ranked all year or something. And then UMD beat Mankato State. I think Mankato State beat Augie. Is that how it went?
Yes, I believe so.
So there was some controversy, but I think Mankato State got in somehow, or other teams that had a better record didn't. I think it was like a strength of schedule, but it sounds kind of, I don't know. Bennett was explaining. I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
UMD had to travel quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. And Mankato was at home, and UMD won the conference.
Yeah.
So
how does that work?
Just bizarre.
But at the end of the day, you still got to win, right?
Doesn't matter who you play. I mean, if you want to be the champion, you got to beat them all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter who you're going to play.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they did. They went on the road and lost in the first round. So, still a great season though for UMD football. The first time they've won conference in several years.
Probably since Wolf's been in the game.
No, I think since Wolf, but they weren't nearly as good a teams as they were with Mr. Wolf. That's for darn sure.
All right, man, we're going to have a good podcast, though. We can actually talk intelligently. We don't have Gibby interrupting us talking nonsense. It should be pretty simple. I mean, seriously, nothing against the guy, but my gosh, sometimes I don't know where he's going.
It's always an adventure. Tuesdays at 4 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we do miss him. Yeah. He's on vacation again.
No, what?
In Florida.
I thought he was working.
I don't know.
He's always working in Florida.
Yeah, it seems
funny how
weird.
That works, huh?
There's a big siding convention. in
GAF, they're paying for my golf trip or something.
We shouldn't rip on him.
I probably got it wrong.
You know what? As much as we want to pick on him, he did get to go down to Florida with his beautiful wife, and his 2 daughters are with him. His mother's with him. So good for him. What a great way to spend Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it sounded like Jody and the girls and his mom were trying to go on a trip, and they didn't want him to show up. I don't understand what that's all about.
Well, it's kind of like here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, let's be honest. Just kidding, Gib. Just kidding, I swear.
All right, well, let's get this thing going. Welcome to the Lindis Podcast Studio in Brinkman's basement. We still don't have the meatloaf, but it's coming, we've been told. But we got to jump in, talk a little. What do we got, Moose? We're the JLS Insurance Egg Minute of the Week. What do you got for us? Because you haven't been able to speak the last couple weeks.
Oh, and I have
We've
not.
Been kind of full with Ella on last week, Coach Allen on the week before. So do you got anything interesting for us?
I was reading something that it was out of Illinois, but the number of acres were up this year along with record bushels. So if we look at total production by the U.S., it's one of the largest years ever, if not ever.
That is surprising to me, considering I feel like there's a lot of farmland that's been turned over to something, right?
That's that was a lot of the comments. Yeah, when I read Facebook or TikTok or watch TikTok or Instagram or whatever, I am only in it for the comments. There are some people that are hilarious. And so, but this one was, I was there for the comments. They're like, how can we be farming more acres with all his solar acres and stuff like that? And I think in the grand scheme of things, you look at the number of acres that go to solar and different things like that is very minuscule compared to what typically happens when you look at developing, land for houses and different things like that.
Well, I think it's also probably the equipment, right? Because technically, the advancement in the size of the equipment, you can technically till up or harvest more land quicker now than they've ever been able to with some of the size of the equipment. Just at the end of the day, I mean, some of this stuff is massive, so I think that's a big thing.
One other thing too would be, I would say, like I was talking to actually one of my clients around here, they had some planting issues on a high percentage of their acres. And we were talking, and I just asked how it went, after harvest and what their, if they lost some yield or anything like that. And he said this year was the best year for that mistake to happen because of all the rain. Right. And the rain covered up a lot of things that guys did. And that's rain. Oh. Rain will always take care of your sins, it seems like. Too much rain, obviously, is not good, but rain will cover up a lot of stuff. And this, like he said, with some rooting issues and different things, they didn't have that because we had the moisture there for the corn to go get it.
Must have had some corn that think you planted deep enough. Shallow plant.
That is the JLS agency boom of the day.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, he said rain can cover up a lot of sins. Don't go out in the rain. Okay. It's kind of a little philosophy thing here.
So I still have to go to church on Sunday, even if I go hang out.
Take me to church.
So just wanted you to know that.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's a great egg minute of the week. So
I even found my logo for that one. So here we go. You guys are going to love this when you're watching it.
All right. What do you got today for the next one there, big dog?
Well, the Cedar Lake Speedway race to the finish. I want to bring up some.
Cedar Lake, but
what's that?
I said sorry, Cedar Lake. I didn't get yours up.
Well, you were busy with it. Yeah. Buck will understand.
Turn left. Turn left. Turn left.
Buck will appreciate that.
Buck is still turning left.
If you're in the motorcycle world, it's turn left, turn right, jump, jump, jump.
Yeah. Well, he just turns left.
He sends pictures of that sandbox out there that they have the motocross racing going on in now, and that just looks crazy to me. I want to go out there and just try it just once, just see if I can go over it 10 miles
please let me take my camera out there. I want to be right in the middle.
Man, I didn't realize we had a blooper week coming.
That would be a lot of fun.
We see the woof go over, then
he's on his pedal bike.
18 speed
I need oxygen.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, college football. Let's talk a little college football. Of course, Division I is coming to the end and getting ready for their selection show for the playoffs. But it's already happened in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And in Division III, what about the WIAC? Gets 4 teams into the tournament this year. And I think that's the most I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it is the most. I've heard that a lot.
They had a 5th team, UW Stout, who actually got invited to play in the Itmus Bowl last week, sponsored by Culver's there, and they beat Washington University of St. Louis 31-23. And what the Itmus Bowl is it's the top-ranked WIAC team versus another at-large team, and Culver's actually puts on a bowl for them. It's held down in Sun Prairie. So, hey, congratulations to UW River Falls. They won their first conference championship since 1996. This is the 3rd time ever they're in the playoffs. UW La Crosse, Platteville, and Whitewater are the other 3 teams from the WIAC that are in the tournament. They all receive first-round byes. Everybody's at home this weekend, I believe, except for UW La Crosse has to go on the road. So, wow. I mean, Division III football in Wisconsin is tough. They've said it for years. The WIAC is the toughest conference in America, but this is wow.
Yeah, we also got to give a shout out to Bethel, right? I mean, we've been following Bethel football for a lot of years for the great Joey Kidder, right? But Joey graduated, moved on, and now you have Alex Ani and Aiden Eckert over there. So they've been having Aiden Eckert's had a great season. Started playing a lot. I think he's got 5 or 6 touchdowns on the year, but then he did break his ankle, so he is out.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So for Bethel, the first time they went undefeated and won the conference title outright, I believe they beat the Johnnies early on, so they were able to take that. So they had a bye last week. They're playing Cole College this weekend. So obviously Aiden's had surgery, recovering well, but we haven't really given a shout out to him. He's been having a really good season over there. I think he's got 5 or 6 touchdowns, so he's been having a good season.
Were they the only MIAC team to make it?
I think the Johnnies did.
Okay.
I think so. We could look that up, but I do believe the Johnnies. So, and one note on the Cedar Lake Speedway race to the finish. We talked about the high school games, championship games last week, but man, what a great game between West Pier and Notre Dame. By far, one of the best games I've seen down there. And Kingston Allen carried the ball 40-some times. He was a beast. He ended up getting injured, but that West Pier team, they came to play, man.
So Kingston Allen broke the rushing record for Division II championship game, and West Appear's quarterback broke the passing record.
Yeah,
correct?
Patrick Greason. Yeah,
And unbelievable is the only way I'm going to say it. 37 seconds left in the first half. West Appear is up 21-14, and they have the ball at their own 3-yard line, and they do a fake punt for the first down.
Unbelievable.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was just I'm just sitting there like
And he was
this.
wide open.
Wide open.
Because nobody was expecting that.
Well, it also helps when your punter is the quarterback.
Yeah, there's something to be
I
said
mean,
That's
about
what you
that.
call a dual threat.
Yeah, that's
Because you never know.
Yeah, I totally agree. But it was a lot of good games. Obviously, unfortunately for Northwestern, they did not win. He played hard, but a lot of good games. I mean, it was some good games. Winneconne coming back was a great comeback. But yeah, it's crazy. It's over now. We got college, like you said, in a couple weeks. We'll learn a little bit more about Division I, and our favorite teams won't be there. But speaking of that. Now, folks at home, sometimes I don't get to choose everything, so I will read what's in front of me. Gibby's Lane's Gutter Ball of the Week is the Minnesota Golden Gophers football failing to win a road game this season. But we can't also forget somebody is our record holder for 3 weeks in a row here for the Gibby's Lane's Gutter Ball of the Week, and that is still your Minnesota Vikings. Negative yards in the second half.
No, I thought we had 4.
Oh, did you finally get 4? Oh,
Did they
good.
have 4?
Congratulations.
I don't know. I wasn't watching the game, so I can't.
mean, that is
comment.
impressive.
No
Watch much of
comments.
The second half myself. Unbelievable. That team is in shambles. So we finally get all 5 offensive starters back.
That
on the
helped.
line.
They look good.
And by the start of the second half, they were down 2 of them again. Unbelievable. And people can say what they want about McCarthy, and you're right. He's not playing very well, but when you take a 5-step drop and you're getting hit by a defensive lineman on your 4th step of a 5-step drop, I don't know what you expect to do. Listen, either they got to figure out this offensive line, or they're going to get a quarterback killed this year. And I don't care if it's McCarthy, if it's Brosmer, if Tom Brady comes out of retirement. Somebody's going to die behind that offensive line.
You guys heard it here on the Scrib and Give podcast. Tom Brady might be coming out of retirement for the Minnesota Vikings.
No,
he can.
you couldn't pay him enough to get behind that line.
Yeah, exactly. He went, and I think that'd be illegal because now he owns part of a team, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Raiders.
Yeah. So.
Well, I don't know. I just thought it was an unbelievable game. But going back to your gutter ball of the week, the Gophers. One thing I will say about the Gophers is it's rivalry week coming up, so the Gophers play. So I'd vowed I would not go watch that game this year. Normally I go every year to watch, either home or away, wherever. But the Badgers actually looked pretty dang good last week, and I know their defense has been playing very well the last 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know if I can actually go over because I normally hold my word, but I'm intrigued by that game. I think the Badgers might win that one. Their defense is flat out tough. That Catalino and Posa, I mean, they've been playing good.
I haven't even seen, what is the line? Have you seen the line?
I have not seen the line. I don't really promote gambling, but if somebody wants to, let's gamble. No. I haven't. I mean, we could quickly look here as
You
we
guys
talk.
keep talking. I'll find it.
But the one thing I want to say is, I don't know what has changed. I mean, to Moose's comments, right? You love Facebook, TikTok, all that for the comments. Everybody right now is saying, hey, whether you like Fickle or not, the team has changed. Something's changed. Well, one thing that has god dang changed, he doesn't wear team on the back of his vest anymore.
That's what I was going to say. That was the
Everybody's talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it. Oh, since Fickle shed the team vest, they're winning, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that has a lot to do with it. But one thing I'll say, Joe Thomas, Mr. Everything, former offensive lineman. There's a series of TikTok reels, and now that I understand what TikTok is after last week's excellent showing, but he's came out and just said, quit blaming Fickle for everything. And some of these previous players and that stuff, we got to start putting our money where our mouths are, and we got to get some NIL money into this school because UW-Madison, for whatever reason, I guess, is drastically behind everybody else in what they're paying out for NIL. But Joe Thomas he's got a plan that he says, hey, listen, if we start doing this, this, and this, we won't be talking about Fickle as the problem anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's got a good hardcore young linebacking crew. I mean, that Catalino that guy reminds me of Chris Borland. Wears the same number. Just a stud. Flies around. Man, he's good. He's from Wisconsin, too. Love it.
Wisconsin, +1.5. Over under on the game is 38.5.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they have changed that new quarterback, Carson Smith, and he has a little dynamic of running to it, but the passing game is still to be determined, right? So it'll be interesting. It'll be a good game, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty much cross line. Yep, plus 1.5.
So I'm still trying to decide, do I go to the game? I was talking to Mr. Ani. Might go over and watch a little bit of the Bethel game because that's a home playoff game. And then maybe, if it's going to be cold out, maybe just go watch the second half of the Badger game in enemy territory. Get a warm drink.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Is that game Saturday this year?
Saturday, 2:30. 2:30.
Saturday. That's
So fun.
It's gonna be interesting. It actually, it's so because normally even if it's even when it's in Minnesota, it's always a tough ticket to get. And I'm going.
Yeah.
This year I think that's a different story.
I was looking there online so far. They're about $100. So I don't know. We'll see.
Seems cheap.
Darth, Gibby, what do you think? I didn't think he had much to say today. It's good. We can finally get going. All right. So, yeah, Gibby Lane's got her ball of the week. The Gophers can't win a away game. So we'll see what happens this weekend. Let's move on here. What do you got for the New Richmond Garage Condo Future Tiger of the Week?
Hey, this week we are going to feature Elsie Mitchell, New Richmond middle schooler. She is the daughter of Nate and Julie Mitchell. Her sisters are Emery, who is a freshman at NRHS, and Isla, who is 10. Elsie plays both volleyball and basketball and was at the high school last night cheering on the New Richmond girls. So our New Richmond Garage Condos Future Tiger of the Week this week is Elsie Mitchell.
Yeah, and I get to watch Elsie a lot during the week practicing. Collins goes up and will practice with the 7th and 8th graders. She's had to play with the 8th graders this year and was attempted to play with the 7th graders but got injured before she got to. Man, Elsie is really coming around as a nice basketball player. She's put a lot of hard work in. And, we're going to get to the Lady Tigers here later, but, Elsie's one that has just continued to show up every day and play, get better, work hard. And I like her game, and she's going to be a huge bonus for the Tigers here in a few years. So
yeah, and she's very fun to watch on the volleyball court,
Yep.
too. So, again, we go multi-sport athlete, girl athlete from New Richmond doing well. So, exciting.
All right, our custom HVAC solution of the week. It's very simple, folks. Eat turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble,
All right, Thanksgiving really is a perfect time to pause, though, and appreciate the people and the moments that matter the most. Family, friends, and the simple gift of the often get overlooked in the hustle of everyday routine. So just taking time to reflect is powerful. I really think it is. Like, that's what I think about Thanksgiving, though, is just that time to reflect and just sit at home. It's the one day where I don't do much. Like, I don't hunt. I hunt enough there, guys, but not really. So most of the time, Thanksgiving Day, we're at home all day until we go somewhere, basically at the when it's dark out. What are you looking at me so goofy for?
Nothing. I love Thanksgiving. It's just, yeah.
It's my favorite holiday.
My plans kind of got blown up this year, so our plans are pretty minimal as of right now.
No, normally if Gibby was here, he'd pick on you about Thanksgiving. We will not, because that's not how I am. But I want to know, do you guys have any special traditions that you're looking forward to for Thanksgiving?
Football.
Wrong holiday for the traditions. Yeah, no, really.
Football. No, but here's what I like about it. I'd have to say Easter, when Easter falls when spring has sprung, is probably my favorite holiday. But Thanksgiving, there's no other reason to have Thanksgiving other than to get together with family, eat a whole bunch, and then watch football, and then eat again.
Yeah, that is kind of like we traditionally only go to my in-laws now, or they're actually coming to our house, so hopefully only one meal. Because, geez, otherwise you end up feeling bloated.
I don't know. There's something about a turkey
sandwich.
Moose,
what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Oh.
Yeah, it's an O.
I'm a pie guy.
Tell us more.
Old Barb Strand up in North Dakota makes a pretty good coconut cream pie.
Coconut cream pie.
Very good. Cool Whip on top. Yep. But I like all the food. Like, give me mashed potatoes, give me turkey, give me ham, give me gravy.
That's not what I asked. Your favorite dish?
Coconut cream pie.
Coconut cream pie. How about you, big dog?
Well, I better go smart and say something that my mother makes.
Ma!
My mom's meatloaf at Thanksgiving is amazing. No, for me, honestly, my favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving is homemade stuffing.
Ooh.
Not the stovetop, the fresh, the start with. When I was a kid, my dad would chunk up loaves of bread on Tuesday night to start getting it ready to make the stuffing with. So I love, it's the one time a year I just can't get enough stuffing.
Well, so many things I could say right now. Well, mine, I'm going to go with the cheesy potatoes. I just love those. I mean, I was trying to think of this as I asked the question. I could go with stuffing because I like stuffing. I could go with just, ham or turkey. I could go with mashed potatoes, green bean, casserole, corn. But I just feel like good cheesy potatoes.
You get cheesy potatoes at Thanksgiving?
Well, like
Wow,
the cheesy
yeah.
hash brown ones.
Cheesy potatoes are like an Easter-ish.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I always thought mashed potatoes was Thanksgiving.
Well, I
Thank
like-
you. Like with gravy?
Oh, I love
Absolutely,
that.
you got to have with gravy.
Yes.
But I think somebody on my, I think I got, maybe I'm missing it, but normally somebody brings it during Thanksgiving.
Green
It's just
bean
good.
casserole.
Oh,
Hey, you got to make a mashed potato silo and
Yes,
fill it with
yes.
gravy.
like you get a moat, or not a moat, but yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
you got to
bin.
fill it.
Yep.
Yep, you're filling it. Yeah.
But sometimes with the mashed potatoes, like I like the real mash, homemade mash. It's really
Yes, you have to.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm there for you.
So yeah, and then it's to me, it's just the sitting with the family and talking, and for my
Just hanging
side
out.
of the my wife's side, it's a lot about hunting. So they like to talk hunting a lot. So I kind of migrate over to the TV, watch a little football, and just enjoy
I'm
the
with
3
you.
football games.
It's one of those holidays where you relax, right? You try not to think about anything going on, whether it's work or life or busyness. It's just you hang out.
Yeah, and it's time to be thankful for the family that you do have. And you miss the family you don't have, right? That's reality in life. It happens every year. So this is a good time. All right, that is your custom HVAC solution of the week. Eat turkey and enjoy family time. We're all too busy.
Enjoy it.
Just
Absolutely.
enjoy it. All right, we got to talk a little sports here, though. We're going to get right into the girls' basketball. So the girls' basketball has kicked off their season. Justin Ritzer, the head coach of your Richmond Tigers, a hometown guy. He'll come on here in a couple weeks. He wanted to get the season underway before he came on. We already had Coach Allen on, but yeah, the girls are started. They won last week over in Osceola. They played Osceola, who's a pretty tall team. Our girls ran them to death, kind of, to be honest. We got a shorter team. We got some people out.
That's what you got to do with a team like that.
Yeah,
Is just run, and go.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. They kind of, excluding Maddie Comroe, I think who started 1 or 2 games last year, they started that game, which is kind of crazy with Alex Woldalt. They started that game last Thursday with 5 basically new starters.
Yeah.
And basically, in our reality, excluding Comroe, 4 people who really saw all 4 of the girls who did start had seen some varsity minutes, but, at the end of games. So maybe a total of 6-7 minutes all year last year. 4 of those 5 starters was their first start in really extensive time. So in my feeling, that first game, they played more varsity time in one game than they'd played all of last year. So that is quite an accomplishment in my eyes. And then you throw in some of the reserves. Savannah came in, had never been on varsity before. And then you brought in 3 freshmen, Joey Zarowski, Grayson Scribner, and Casey Wold. All, again, never played varsity before. First high school experience was getting in. So fun watching them play. They pushed the ball. Kendra Christensen, I'm telling you, fresh off a state appearance for cross country. That was easy for me to say.
Not really. Not really at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
She was out there on that press in Osceola, ran nonstop. I kept asking her, Mom, do you think she's tired? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, I don't think she is, because that girl gets her fingers on everything. Just tipping it here, stealing it there. And half the time she's going for the ball in the defensive end, but she's still the first one down every time.
She just go.
But she doesn't look like she's running. Her strides are just so long. You know what I mean?
Because she's a long distance runner in track, right? Is she an 800?
Yes.
Yeah. And then she'd obviously cross country, but her stride is just so long. She covers so much ground. The first game, though, she played awesome around the hoops. and just finishing shots, made a couple free throws towards the end, and then Maddie Comro finished it 1 out of 2 to get it to 4, and Tigers won the first game, so it was fun to watch. Last night, first home game, did not go as well. Tigers did lose 57-58. Had the lead with 41.8 seconds left. Unfortunately, gave up a 3. Tigers did have an opportunity for a last-second shot. Didn't really get much of a shot off, so the Tigers do end up falling. But again, for me, I look at it, they were down 11. They fought back, tied the game, took the lead, saw tons of energy, and it's just fun to see all the new faces out there, right? Like, we're waiting on Alex Wool did play last night, but I don't know if Alex only wanted to play a little bit. She might have got into a little bit of foul trouble and fouled out early in the second half, unfortunately. And that was a dagger because, my gosh, when she came in and scored, she was looking good. My gosh, she can play some hoops.
So last night's game, I don't know if these two teams we're going to see play in the Kohl Center in the spring. I mean, I doubt it. But I'll say this, they were two evenly matched teams. So the game started off kind of back and forth. The next thing you know, New Richmond built up an 11-point lead, and then Somerset whittled that down. Was it tied at half?
No, Somerset was up by 3 at half.
Yeah, okay. Somerset was up by 3 at half, and then they made that lead 12-13, I think, at one point of the second half. New Richmond battled back. And then at the end, they exchanged baskets for like the last 3 minutes. That was really a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
As a fan, it was just a fun game to be at and be a part of.
Crowd was in it.
Unbelievably great high school crowd, not only for parents, but both student sections were pretty well represented last night. So I thought that was neat.
Yeah, that was great. There was a lot of adults here. The adult side was. That was one of the early season fullest I've seen that place.
Usually it's early season games. You're just.
But I don't know if there's just literally nothing else. I mean, I do know
there's no sports going on.
there's no sports, but it was odd for the first whole game to have that many people there. I felt like it was
Thanksgiving week.
Maybe not much going on.
Yeah, your work is a little bit slower, so you're like, oh, just go to the game.
Yeah,
but especially for a Monday night on top of it.
I know it was crazy.
Just kind of crappy weather outside. I don't know what you'd call it. It was like. It was so foggy. It was like rain almost, it felt like. So maybe people just said, screw it. Let's go up to the high school and watch some basketball. Because you're right. There were a lot of non-parents there last night. I mean, just fans of Tigers athletics and fans of Somerset Spartans, too, were there. So that was neat. You can see the possibilities in this New Richmond team by the end of this season and by the middle of next season. I'll throw it out there. I thought when your daughter stepped in, the energy level in the whole gym just rose 10 decibels for sure. I mean, from the fans yelling. So that was fun. I don't know. What did Gracie finish last night with?
I think she had a 3 and some layups, so 7 points.
Yeah. So,
that's something, and I not trying to, but from not an outsider looking in, but for somebody her size, and I mean she's a good little basketball player, but for her size to get 7 points as a freshman, it's like, wow, that's pretty good.
Well,
She's got some spunk to her.
Yeah, she does. She gets that from her mother.
Mom, yeah, definitely.
I don't know. What I always tell people is, she's been waiting for as many years to be on that court as she possibly could be. I have a picture, and man, I should send it to you, Moose. I'll try to go on my wife's Facebook and take.
I saw them all.
Take the one off of Collins and Graceland, sitting, facing the other way, watching. I mean, that picture is taken when Bennett was a sixth grader, I think, and they were watching Bennett practice because they'd come to every practice.
See if I get that put on.
They would come to every practice of their brothers to watch, and Graceland would get mad, just mad when she could not participate. So I'd always allow her to participate in the dribbling drills, the layup drills, and we would do like some 3-on-2, 2-on-1, and Ani was there with me all the time. And she would get so mad that she couldn't participate in that or the 5-on-5, and it's like, Graceland, you're just too small. So, it's one thing that she's been waiting forever to come out, and I mean,
this is her sport.
Yeah, it's what she loves to do. So,
but you know what? I want to use what we're talking about, not just because it's your daughter and it's G Money. I want to use what we're talking about to any athlete out there. We have the future Tigers of the Future Tiger of the Week and everything else. If you put your mind to it and you're passionate about something and you want to go do it, get your butt in the gym, get your shots in. Even if you're shooting on a $110 Walmart basketball hoop in your driveway, it doesn't matter, because by the time you get to the gym, that basketball hoop is going to look like it's 4 feet wide when you're shooting.
Well, that and just dribble. Like I always tell people, like obviously Grayson is not blessed with height. But her biggest thing is she can dribble. I mean, that girl can dribble. And, I've told her for years, like, as kids stretch, it's hard for, somebody 5'10" to be defending somebody that short all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just reality. So, but I think there's a lot of positives. Like you said, this is a young team and they will get Kenna Richter back, so she'll eventually come back. I thought it was going to be earlier, but it sounded like maybe sometime in January. Gabby Schaeffler might come back end of January, February. Obviously, Miley Covey won't come back till next year. So there's, we got some, specific Covey. I did see a preseason, Big Rivers Conference player, the, first team or second team all conference, but she was a, preseason player and she's on the bench. Won't get to play this year. So there is the future, I think, is bright.
How many seniors are there? one?
There's technically 3: Etta Carlson, Maddie Wilhelm, and Kenna Richter. Kenna Richter was one in the boot.
Yep.
So she will be back.
So Wilhelm and Etta Carlson. Etta's actually, she lives out here in the hood.
Yep.
In the good hood.
Hey, the picture's up now.
Leadership.
Yeah, I love that one.
Leadership from those two. I thought last night. I mean, they're out there being leaders. I thought that was great to see. Neither of them are going to the WNBA, but they were certainly out there leading their teammates. I thought that was great to see, and the first to pick people up when they were on the ground and stuff like that. So this could be a really fun team to watch after Christmas, I think.
Yeah, it's going to get hard in the Big Rivers at the size, but, to me, that picture you got up there, Moose, that's the epitome of what I love is, Collins has showed up to every practice possible of Graceland's that she could participate in. She now goes and she'll practice 3 hours a night. She'll go work with the 7th and 8th graders because they need some help at some tournaments, and then she goes right into her practice. But that's what every kid, you just got to work. Yeah. And no matter your size. So that I appreciate you putting that picture up because that's one of my favorite pictures of those two girls.
Oh, it's going to make their dad cry a little bit.
Well, it's just one that sitting on, you're not supposed to sit on basketballs, but it is cute.
Well, they're that size. They're not doing anything to them, trust me.
But I'm with you. It's going to be fun. I just think, the kids just got to keep working hard. And you think about what you saw last night, and then you realize who they go play next Friday. Next Friday, they travel up to Rice Lake to play Rice Lake and Adeline Shepley, who is one of the top players in the state of Wisconsin, a Division I recruit going to Wisconsin. So that's who they got to play. But that's reality, and at the end of the day, you just got to go out there and you just got to keep working hard, right? I mean, and see what happens. So girls basketball underway. The next game will be Friday. They're 1-1 on the season, and like you said, it'll be a fun team. It's going to be fun. But you also got to think about the boys. So Coach Allen was here a couple weeks ago. He's had a full week of practice, scrimmages. I've texted him a feto times. How's it going? He's like, well, a lot to learn. Kind of like he said here, talked about just learning the system. It's going to take time.
Yeah, he did.
Trying to, and I was talking to a couple of people last night, and they're like, I'm like, how did X look? How did, this guy look? And they're like, well, shots off. I'm like, well, a lot of those guys are football players. They're not that far removed from playing football.
Right.
And, I just remember watching Aiden Eckert and Alex Ani and Stelrate get into it last year. It took them a little bit. Those guys are in football shape, totally different than basketball shape.
Remember, we went an extra week last year, right, for football?
No, level 3. Yeah. Yeah, we did go an extra week. Yeah, we did go an extra week. So just flop it over to the other side of your computer there.
Sorry, no, I was...
No, it should be fine. There
you go.
Okay,
See,
sorry.
Look at it. No, it's
we
fine.
have a light in here, so it gets warm on the cords. But remember the first few games, and then Charbonneau got hurt on top of it.
Yeah.
And Nick Stelrate was like, "I'm in football shape."
He was in the almost the whole game, and
because and nothing against Nick. I mean, any athlete that plays football, which is more spurt than it is longevity, or long distance. And I remember that first. Boy, after it was like first 3-4 weeks of basketball, because like I say, Charbonneau got hurt, and Nick was just like
he was the only big guy.
He was chugging, and I mean, but then
Alex was out.
with his
and then by late December, Nick was in basketball shape again.
Yep. So it'll be fun. Like I've heard so far, people like getting shots up. I did hear, this is an interesting, he sat here and talked about 3-pointers and layups, right? I did talk to somebody, one of the coaches, they said I can't remember, it was 2 nights during their first week. 2 of the 4 nights or 5 nights, and I'm sure I'm wrong, something like that, but they never shot a basket. They never shot a ball. First night, every kid had to shoot 100 3-pointers. The next 2 nights, they never shot a basket during practice.
Coach Normandale-esque there.
Defense and rebounding, they were really focusing on. So I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. You know, they're going to be a new team, new offense, totally different than last year. But I also think what you saw last night, you know, Brinkman, with you being there, you know, really that's what Justin is doing too. A lot of layups, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of and a lot of 3-pointers. So should be fun.
I saw one of Coach Allen's players last night. I said, well, how's it been? And I go, what do you think of the new coach? And he says, whew, he's got a lot of energy. And I'm like, I would have never thought that. Unbelievable to hear that.
Yeah, I know Grayson was saying, because on Wednesdays they share, right? The boys get 2 courts and they get 1. And she's like, we can't even hear Justin. Coach Allen is so loud. He's just over there nonstop.
But Richard's not a loud guy.
No, he's not. To fairness, I haven't seen Coach Allen coach. You know, besides I did watch, after our podcast, I did watch a couple games of his, but, you know, I couldn't hear too much. But I think I do know he likes to be loud and energy. Yeah. So I think when it comes to coaching, he'll be pretty loud, I think. So it'll be different than Justin for sure.
Hey, guys, this Friday night, the puck drops on the Tiger hockey season as they host the Neenah Rockets at 7 o'clock in the Tiger Den. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tiger Den. And then Saturday, they'll also have a home game, too, at 3 o'clock against Mora. So hockey is up and ready to get going. I talked to one of their coaches last weekend. 9 new faces.
Yeah, it's crazy.
9 new faces. And what's interesting is that a lot of people are saying that for the first time in maybe a long time, the Big Rivers Conference is in a bit of a rebuild.
And across the board, isn't it?
Across the board. And what's really interesting is that New Richmond has a great group of freshmen coming in, but it sounds like there's 4 or 5 other teams that do too. And so I think we'll get the hockey coaches to join us. We might have to go down there to the Tiger Den one time to do That's
I don't know about that.
It's a little
Could be
cold.
That was a little cold for these guys, but you know what? We can do it upstairs in the overlooking the ice.
Yeah, that's probably
it's still cold up there. Oh, now you're talking.
The heated
all
area.
right.
Yeah,
if they got coffee for us, we're in.
Yeah,
we'll talk a little hockey.
But 9 new players are going to see varsity time this year. So really, the whole conference and is going to be kind of in a rebuild mode this year. So that's going to be really interesting. You know, a couple teams, you know, Hudson is always good. Eau Claire Memorial's, you know, usually pretty good. River Falls was really tabbed to do very good this year. And I think they lost both their goalies left to go to private schools. So
River Falls?
River Falls, it sounds like both their goalies. One went to Gentry and one went somewhere else. I don't know. But I've heard that from 2 different people that they lost both.
Isn't that what carried them last year?
Yeah.
I mean, not saying they didn't have a good team, but their goalie played pretty well, I remember.
Well, I did talk to somebody at work, too, and they were saying that, you know, a lot of people like, they're not going to be very good. And a couple players like, I think we're going to surprise people. So that's the vibe that the players themselves are saying. It's kind of like football this year. We lost how many people, and we came back, and we looked pretty gosh darn good.
Next man up, right?
Yeah, and, you know, some of the hockey players, you know, some of the better hockey players that I know of are pretty key contributors to football, and we all know they got bigger and stronger during football season, so that'll help them definitely. You know, you think the unguided missile will be out there, Langness will be out there.
And again, there's, you know, one thing is it's different. They're in football shape, so
that helps.
Speaking of, okay, I'm going to take a little turn off of Tiger Sports, but speaking of football to hockey, how about the Edina story?
Isn't that crazy? So that
the
kid's
Edina
father is a friend of mine.
The Edina quarterback.
You're a friend with everybody.
He's drafted by the Blackhawks?
Yeah, Chicago Blackhawks, I believe.
Chicago Blackhawks. He's playing with or for the Force coming up.
Yeah.
And he stayed his senior year for his football team because they thought they could win the state championship,
And they did, right?
and they won it.
Well, he had 326 yards rushing. Is that what it was?
Is that what it was?
He
It was
broke
some-
a state record.
Yeah, it was.
And then his goal. No, that was his goalie that ran for that many years, and his goalie was his running back.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what it
I'm
is.
sorry. The goalie is the running back. His
Yeah.
the goalie is
The-
that's my friend.
Yeah, the goalie is the running back, and he ran for 300 some yards. I mean, just talk about as much as you like to make fun of them in hockey in Minnesota, the cake eaters, blah blah blah. Cool story, right? To stay with your high school, at least for the first semester, to play football.
I think that's great.
I love that story. That's what I like about it.
And I think it's what I talked about earlier in the year when I talked about the volleyball player that, the professional volleyball player that talked about, like, yes, playing for the club is key and it does help, but sometimes just playing for your hometown. I think that's what growing up in New Richmond's a smaller town, right? It's not like Turtle Lake where I grew up, and it's not the New Richmond of the past, right? Or
North Dakota.
Or North Dakota, right?
Class
But
B, yeah.
it still is small enough where we know a majority of the players, right? We know the families, You talked about G Money. Like, a lot of people have watched her sit at a gym for how long, shoot at the half times. They know who she is. And you grow accustomed to them, and you want them to do well. And I think that's the key. So I think that Edina story is kind of similar in a way that he could have took the easy way out and just said, I'm going to go play hockey. That's the future. Yep. But no, he chose to stay with his teammates, with his brothers, as you'd say, right? Mm-hmm. And they had a goal. And I think that's cool. And what I think is you'll learn a lot from that too, Brinkman, right? That's leadership. Like you sacrifice potentially for the team, for the better causes, I would say. And I think that's great. That's an awesome story. I love that story.
Yeah, Mason West is his name. He quarterbacked, and he is a first-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks.
And the only reason I think he's playing for the Force too until he goes, isn't he? Or that's where he played junior. However it goes, I don't know hockey.
Yeah,
classes like that.
He's not going to play at Edina this year, as I understand it. And then the running back is Chase Bjorgard, 320 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns, tying a Prep Bowl record.
Jeez,
nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, quickly jumping back to boys basketball, just got to say the boys do tip off. They had a scrimmage Friday and Saturday. Nothing this week. They do tip off against Baldwin on December 2nd. That is a home game, right?
Yep.
And that'll be on Justin live stream. So check them out. It'll be the first home game for the Coach Kyle Allen era. Should be fun. Wrestling's first match is December 5th as well, so that'll be cool, right?
I think powerlifting is the 13th.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
So kind of,
it's a
busy December.
It's busy December in the first 2 weeks. And then
Yeah.
it just and I look at the live stream side of it. I know there's some away games and everything. Yep. It's first, you get it going right now, and then you have 2 to 2.5 weeks of pure chaos and busyness. And then, whoop, hey, we're going to Christmas break. See you everybody. Bye. And then all of a sudden it turns into just the grind of January, February.
Yeah, it is crazy how, I don't know why, it just seems like
it's clumped.
It's clumped this year with football. I mean, I feel like just volleyball and football were so clumped together this year, and soccer, and then all of a sudden we've had this December, which for me was able to get all the youth basketball going and that stuff. But then we had a couple games, and now we're off. Like, the girls don't play until next Friday, and then they play 3 games in 6 days, all when I'm gone. Love you, honey.
Oh, wait, that's work. That's the work week.
No. The work week is the week before. The week after. He's got to go to Hawaii. Oh, Darth Gibby, you probably feel sorry for him too, having to go to Hawaii.
Well, who knows where he'll be?
It's not Florida.
But you say that. How we were talking about how everything's clumped together this year. So for the boys, boys soccer, all their games were on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Now for their home games. Now for hockey, all but 2 of their home games, which I think are, well, I shouldn't say all except for 4, because there's 2 Saturday games and 2 Thursday games. The rest are on Tuesday night.
Wow, that's crazy how that worked out.
Yeah. So.
And you'll be down there calling hockey, announcing?
Yes, I will be down there announcing. I'm the rink announcer for Tiger
Edwards
Hockey.
and Hammer.
Hey, you got to tell
Are they
us.
signed up, ready to go?
You got to tell me. Just WKRP. What do you got going on there, big dog?
Well, it's obviously the anniversary of the greatest 5 minutes and 50 seconds of television history, and that was the WKRP in Cincinnati turkey drop of 1977, which was reported by the amazing Les Nessman. And anybody that wants to see it, go to my Facebook page and you can watch the scene.
Weather today in the greater Cincinnati area.
There it is.
This is the intro.
Yeah, this is the first one.
Don't settle for imitation.
This is the very first one.
Is it?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they just switch it right.
The senator, while insisting he was not intoxicated, could not explain his nudity.
I'm just playing the intro. WRQ. We'll probably get dinged now.
Wondered whatever became of me. And I got on the back, you guys. You can see it. Talks
The
about
turkey
the turkey drop.
Go watch it. It is.
It's
It's so funny.
Hey, just curiosity, could you do that again?
oh jeepers! I'm gonna get ripped on.
Do you think we should set that chair like that for the rest of the
It's just why? Why do I even try to be nice? It's Thanksgiving, a week like this, and this is how I get treated. Unbelievable.
All right, well, that's it for this week. Kind of short and sweet, but we wanted to get one out.
Short and sweet. It's a 45-minute.
Oh, it's 45, but we didn't even rip on Gibby, but we have him here. He's down in Florida with his family. Hopefully his family's joined their time with Gibby.
Miss you, Gib.
Do you really?
Really?
No, but
really?
Hey,
you
it's,
miss
it's,
him?
it's Thanksgiving week. I'm trying to.
Just the heart is out.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
All right.
Hold on.
A little Gibby
Hold
there. There you go. All right.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving, everyone. Tiger Sports rocking and rolling after Thanksgiving with basketball, girls basketball, boys basketball, and hockey and wrestling. So
Powerlifting.
powerlifting, dance, cheer, everything. Winter
hitting it all.
sports are upon us, and snow's coming, baby. It's sports season. Let's rock and roll. I'm Scrib.
I'm Brank.
And we got
Moose
on the loose and Darth Gibby hanging in Florida.